Right. Now, one last thing
Okay, for the bird.
is I don't know how aware people are of how political parties work in New Zealand, but they all do a membership drive. They all have political party members, etc., unless they're just an independent and they're not,
They survive on public funds.
But you
and
aren't doing a
donations.
membership drive at the moment. And some people may wonder why you're not out there trying to convince people to become members right now.
The reason for that is I feel it's important that I actually prove the case. I've argued that we need a written constitution,
Yep.
and the burden of responsibility to prove that point falls on me. And I don't believe it's proper for me to ask the general public to become members of the political party and to make donations to the party until I prove that point.
Okay.
I don't know when that point arises, when I get to that point, but it's usually a gut feeling,
Yeah.
and it is. I believe that I will reach that point when I've been able to respond to all of the serious critiques of either our policies, our mission statement, our objectives, our agendas, however you may want to put it. I will have the sense that once I've gotten to a point where I've responded appropriately to the critiques in a favourable and appropriate way, then I will feel that's the time for me to then invite people of the general public to become members of the political party,
Excuse me.
and then I will feel comfortable about asking the members, the general public, to make donations to the party. Until I reach that point, I think it's wrong.
So that again is something that's different than a lot of other parties, because up until now, it's fallen into two distinct categories: either an independent who's not got members, or a party that's aiming to get its 500 members so that it can have list MPs, etc., etc. And you're saying to me that you first of all need to make sure people understand the need for the Constitution and what you're doing before you work on driving for members.
Correct.
So that when people do decide to become members, they're more, I suppose, educated to the need of a Constitution
Correct.
and see the importance of it.
Correct.
That's a different approach, and it's actually, I think it's quite an honest approach, because for most people they could look at it, oh, you just want members, but taking that out of the argument means, oh no, you're not expecting me to join up, you're wanting me to understand more about the need for a constitution first, and then then if I decide to join, good, but if I don't, it's no skin off your nose, it's no big deal.
Correct. I know one, if I can use an example to illustrate, I know one political party that have just recently set up to address the gun laws issues.
Yeah.
And they've got a lot of members that have signed up. They're probably in the thousands now. In the last couple of months, they've signed up quite a lot of people. And they've received quite a lot of political and financial support. And they're now in negotiations with the government in respect of the gun law changes. And they're looking to negotiate for the government to agree to a registration of guns.
Okay.
And to have that included in the changes to the gun laws.
That'll be interesting.
Correct. Well, once that's accomplished, then that political party will have an accomplished objective, and they'll go the way of the dodo.
Yeah.
They won't need to continue as a political party. Whilst the New Zealand Constitution Party has been criticised as being a one political issue party, I agree with that. But that issue is quite a significant one. It'll influence or impact on every person in our day and for the next generation, next generation, next generation, next generation. And it's an important one. And so I don't mind the criticism, and I take it on board, and I accept the responsibility to prove the case that we need one
Yeah.
before I ask for membership and before I ask for public donations.
I think that's a brave challenge to accept, to stand there and say, give me all your criticism, I
Correct.
will do my best to prove the case,
Correct.
which sort of, that's a good point of view. I think that's a good stance to take, is I will prove my case, and once that case is proven, then people can decide what they're going to do from there.
Correct.
Cool. Oh, thanks very much for that. That's I think that'll educate a few people and iron out a few kinks and correct a few misassumptions.
Yeah,
etc.
I'm not interested in power, I'm not interested in prestige, I'm interested in doing what is right. I believe this is the right thing to do. Other people do not believe it's the right thing to do. And if they're going to, and I welcome those criticisms so that I can respond to them, so that we can learn together and we
Yeah.
can move forward together. If it's the wrong thing to do, I said in the previous posting that I will be opposed to it.
Yeah.
But I believe it's the right thing to do.
And I think those criticisms, just for those that plan on making criticism, because we can expect those, I think those criticisms need to be well founded and well thought out, not just a mudslinging match or making insults. I think they need to be an argument that's thought out and bring out an issue that needs to be discussed so that it can be looked at. Because I think it's too easy on social media these days just to fire off a few insults and then leave it at that.
I can make this promise that I will respond as appropriately as I can, and that I will respond as quickly as I can as soon as I am aware of those criticisms. If anybody wants to contact me directly, my email address is roma@constitutionparty.nz.
Okay.
Or you can ring me on 027 210 8145. I'll respond appropriately the other way.
Cool. Oh, thanks very much.